Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And we're live. Welcome to your live event. We have American Legion Baseball for you, the Essentia Health 2026 American Legion Baseball Tournament. I'm Mike Bernier along with Mason Almaris. We're getting set to bring you American Legion Baseball. Wahpeton is in town. Excuse me for a second. Wahpeton is in Kindred and facing off with the Kindred post 117 Vikings, and Wahpeton getting set to play some baseball. Mason Almaris, we win this game, or the winner of this game, I should say, between Wahpeton and Kindred will play Castleton for the championship for the 2026 Essentia Health Tournament.
Yeah, it's been a fun tournament so far. A lot of good games here, a lot of good baseball. Kindred ended up going 3-1 in their pool. Wahpeton also went 3-1, and Castleton went 4-0 in their pool. So they will get the first round bye in the semifinals, and they are going straight to the championship. But there should be a good game between the two teams here. They just played earlier this week on Tuesday, had that rain out on game 2, so they finished game 2 on Thursday. Now we're back here on Sunday, and they're rematching again.
It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going through the starting lineups right now, and we'll do the same thing. Leading off under head coach Chris Kappas for Wahpeton, number 20, Carter Hockert leads off. He plays shortstop. Batting second and playing second base is number 13, Trayton King. Batting third, playing at third base, is Aiden Hajic. Batting cleanup and pitching, Riley Jones. Batting fifth and catching, Kason Pincinel. Batting sixth in center field, Braden Steffens. Playing first base at batting seventh will be Rylan Flack. Batting eighth and playing in left field will be Rylan Braun. And batting ninth will be the right fielder, Evan Doctor. So it'll be Hockert, King, Hajic, Jones, Pincinel, Steffens, Flack, Braun, and Doctor. Leading off for the Kindred Vikings under head coach Josh Almaris. He's assisted by Nick Eggman and Dean Wixo. Leading off and playing center field is Brady Baumgarten. Batting second, playing second base is Jackson Schleeman. Playing in right field, batting third, Jeremy Knight. Carter Grunwald bats cleanup, plays over at third base. Max Bernier bats fifth, playing first base. At designated hitter and batting sixth, Fisher Johnson. Batting seventh, getting the start out in left field, Jack Savageau. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Gabe Iverson. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Tyler Grunwald. And doing the catching for the Vikings will be Graham Hess. He'll be DH'd for by Fisher Johnson. So Carson Getty not in the lineup tonight. He is not here. His sister's getting married. So kind of an important event, I guess, we'll say. But Carson Getty not here today. Jack Savageau getting the start out in left field. And Jack Savageau, very solid bat as well, and he can cover some ground out in the outfield.
Yeah, it's a bummer that Getty isn't here, but understanding reason. Big day for the family. So a big day for Jack Savageau as well, getting to start out in left field on this Legion A team. He should be looking to have a fun day out there.
Absolutely. We're getting set to do the national anthem. The wind is blowing in. It's a warm day, and we're getting set to play some baseball. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back on yourliveevent.com.
Telephone and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, folks. We're back here at Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Getting ready for the first pitch. Tyler Grunwald on the mound throwing out his warm-up pitches to his battery mate, Graham Hess. Looking to be a fun day out here. Good day for some baseball, some semifinals. Or I guess one semifinal and championship game. Should be a fun day out here, starting early here at 11:30. Good time to play, and it's 3 local teams here between Kindred, Wahpeton, and Castleton. All 3 of us have a very good history. We all know each other very well. Known rivalry, you could say, a friendly rivalry between us 3 teams. So it'll be a good day here seeing the 3 teams play.
Absolutely. 89 degrees, wind blowing from the south. Wind gusts up to 24 miles an hour today, so it will be a windy day blowing in from left field. Kindred Vikings out in the field. Starting on the mound will be Tyler Grunwald. His battery mate is Graham Hess. Over at first base is Max Bernier, Jackson Schliemann at second base, Carter Grunwald at third base, Gabe Iverson at shortstop. Out in left field will be Jack Savageau. In center field, Brady Baumgarten, and in right field, Jeremy Knight. Kind of a somber day in some respects, because for Max Bernier, Gabe Iverson, this is the last home game, the last day of home games on this field for the seniors. Last time Max and Sam get to play together. Last time for Gabe Iverson to play on this field. Last day for some of those things. First pitch from Tyler Grunwald is a ball to the shortstop, Carter Hockert. He'll be followed by Trayton King and Aiden Hayek. All right, I said it right that time. Here's a pitch from Grunwald, fouled away, strike 1. Beautiful American flag out in left center field, blowing in from the cornfields and the grain bins out there. Beautiful view. The field looks outstanding. Pitch is way up high, 2-1 the count. Here's a 2-1 set by number 5, Carter Grunwald. Fastball outside, 3-1 the count. Umpires for today's ball game, Bryce Whipple is behind home plate, and Quinn Irie out in the base paths. And here's a 3-1 set. Here's a ground ball right back to Tyler Grunwald. He'll flip over to Max Bernier to record the out. It's a 1-3 put out, and there's one away. The music man, Eric Iverson, up in the booth, claiming this is his last day of running music for us. He's done a great job for many years up here. It's been enjoyable. Love to have you, Dan Nathan, running the scoreboard, Paul Quislin Doing the PA, here's a high fly ball that's going to drift foul down the left field line. Fall out of play. Trayton King, the batter, second baseman. Eric Iverson plays the walk-up songs for all the ball players. They give him his requests, and he sees to it, and he plays some sound effects. It's a lot of fun. Here's a ground ball over to third base, fielded by Carter Grunwald. Strong throw across the diamond. Good stretch by Bernier at first. Out is recorded on a 5-3 putout, and there's 2 away. Couple of ground ball outs for Tyler Grunwald, and he's throwing strikes. Tyler Grunwald on the season throws about roughly 51% strikes. You'd like to see that total get up there a little higher to keep himself in the game a little bit longer, because they're going to need some innings out of Tyler today.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about this tournament. You can play 6 games here, so that's a lot of pitching that needs to be used. You really need to get down into the bullpen and see what some of the less experienced guys can do on the mound. Tyler is not one of the less experienced guys, but maybe after this, I don't know how the Vikings are looking on pitching, so maybe Tyler's got a little more pressure on him to go longer in this game.
Yesterday, the Bernier boys pitched most of the game. Jake Lindemann got an appearance and came in and got a strikeout to end that second game yesterday against Hillsboro, against the Blue Sox. Jake picked up a strikeout to end the game. Here's a 2-1 pitch, is down low, 3-1 the count. 11 pitches thrown by Grunwald, but he's recorded 2 outs. 3-1 count to Aiden Hayek, the third baseman, right-handed hitter. Straight up stance, swings and fouls it off. 3-2 the count. So Max Bernier started the game yesterday, went 6 in the third. Gave way to Sam Bernier, who walked a batter, hit a batter, struck out a batter, got a ground ball, and unfortunately the ball was dropped. And strike 3 is called, and Grunwald with a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning. And Wahpeton goes down 1-2-3. Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the first on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings varsity field. Back here, Kindred Vikings looking to take an early lead here against Wahpeton. Tyler Grunwald had a great first inning, throwing 13 pitches, getting the 1-2-3 inning. Now Kindred looking to capitalize with that and get a couple runs across.
Tyler Grunwald throws a 0 up in the top of the first inning. Kindred Vikings will counter with Brady Baumgarten, Jackson Schliemann, and Jeremy Knight to start the ball game off. To finish that thought, Sam Bernier gets the blown save and the loss against DGF yesterday in that first game that Kindred played in. And so the gig was up. We needed to play Hillsboro Central Valley, the Blue Sox. And Sam threw 25 pitches in that first game where he took the loss. And we needed to get a win to stay alive in the tournament. And we needed to hold the Blue Sox to 3 runs or less. Sam Bernier came out, threw 4 2/3, gave up 2 runs, none of them earned. But how about the offense for the Kindred Vikings yesterday? They blasted the ball all over the ballpark. Jackson Schliemann with some big hits. Carson Getty drove in 4 runs, including a big 2-run double. Jackson Schliemann, that 3-run triple. And the batter batters came alive and put up a bunch of runs. And so Sam threw 4 2/3, threw 80 pitches, and he had to exit the ball game because he threw that 25 in the first game. Jake Lindemann comes on, gets a strikeout, and that's the ball game on the 8-run rule, and the Kindred Vikings are still alive and trying to play for that championship game. Here's a ground ball by Brady Baumgarten. Shortstop Hockert has it, throws to first base, and it's up the line. Baumgarten's going to reach on an error, but Baumgarten put the ball in play, and Brady Baumgarten's really come alive. And whether he gets credit for a hit or not, he's still on base. He reaches on an error. He's got good speed, steals a lot of bases, and Brady Baumgarten's really been a spark for the Kindred Vikings. And talk about a spark, how about Jackson Schliemann?
Yeah, Jackson Schliemann's been swinging the bat really well. He had that big 2 RBI double yesterday to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a big spot, big swing, 0-2 count, 0-2-1-2. I know there's 2 strikes, but a big swing by him after failing to get the 2 bunts down, and really came through there.
The pitch is up high, throw down to second base. Got him. Nice job by Kason Pincinel. Throws in out stealing. Looked like a 2-6 put out for the first out of the inning. It's a 2-0 count to Jackson Schliemann. Jackson has 23 runs batted in on the season, 5 doubles, 2 triples, batting .354 coming into the ball game. Takes a strike here. So I don't blame Coach Josh Almaris at all. You want to get Brady Baumgarten off to the races and get him into scoring position right away to get some runs up in the first inning. Here's a 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Jackson Schliemann. Two and two the count. Right-hander Riley Jones on the mound. His battery mate, Kason Pincinel. Pincinel's already helped him out by throwing out a runner. Now Riley Jones helps himself out by striking out Jackson Schliemann to record the second out. Jeremy Knight steps up to the plate. Jeremy's been swinging a good bat, comes into the game hitting .269. He has 3 doubles and a triple. 14 runs batted in on the season. Here's a pitch, swing and a high fly ball into left field. Braun is out there. He's got a beat on it. He makes a catch. Riley Jones faces the minimum. Doesn't give up any hits. Doesn't leave anybody on. And at the end of 1 inning, we're tied at 0. Wahpeton post 15 coming to bat in the top of the 2nd inning on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings varsity field. Good inning there by Wahpeton. Tyler Grunwald threw a good top of the first inning, only in 13 pitches, and then Riley Jones one-ups him and throws 7 pitches in the first inning, getting that 1-2-3 inning, facing the minimum. Pincinel with a good throw out at second, getting Baumgarten stealing.
Riley Jones will lead it off for Wahpeton. Top of the 2nd inning, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Riley Jones, Kason Pincinel, and Braden Steffens. First pitch is in there for a strike. To the left-handed hitting Riley Jones. Carter Grunwald throws out of the full windup. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, 0-2 the count. Tyler Grunwald looks on. His brother Carter in the background, playing over at third base. Catcher Graham Hess gives the signs. And here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball, swing, and a soft line drive. Hit to Gabe Iverson, plays it well, throws over to first base, records the out. 6-3 put out. Nice job by Gabe Iverson. He's really come alive with his glove lately. He's made some beautiful plays this tournament. Kaysen Pincinot, the batter. Right-handed hitting catcher. And the pitch from Grunwald. Down low. 1-0 the count. One and 0 the count. Carter Grunwald looks on, rocks, fires, off speed, grounded, out to the shortstop. Iverson charges, throws on the run, gets him in plenty of time. 6-3 put out. Once again, 2 down. And how about Tyler Grunwald coming out and throwing strikes?
Yeah, exactly what you want as your pitcher, especially in this close game. Trying to keep the pitch count down. Don't have to go to the bullpen. Just played 4 games in the past 2 days. They played one on Thursday and one on Tuesday as well, with that doubleheader Wednesday against Detroit Lake. So they're in kind of a little long, rough stretch here and looking to come through with 2 wins today and get that championship.
Braden Steffens, the batter, center fielder, right-handed hitter. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. 20 pitches thrown by Tyler. Rylan Flack awaits on deck. Should Steffens get aboard. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes the count. 1-2 the count. Actually, the first pitch missed for a ball. And here's a 1-2. Up high. Tyler Grunwald looks on. It's a 2-2 count, throwing out of the full windup. Looking for a second 1-2-3 inning. Fastball down low. 3 balls and 2 count, and 2 strikes. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second inning, early goings of this one. 2026 Essentia Health Tournament. Fastball, grounded up the middle, base hit. Braden Steffens hit it pretty hard, just in the right spot, right up the middle, base hit. Rylan Flack will step up. He's the first baseman. So Wahpeton gets their first hit, their first base runner of the morning. Don't say that very often.
No, not in baseball, that's for sure.
Here's a pitch. It's a strike. Throw down to second base. Won't be in time. Steffens steals second base. So a runner on second base with 2 outs. The pitch was a strike to Rylan Flack. Rylan Braun awaits on deck. And here's a pitch from Grunwald. That is in there for a strike.
Grunwald's doing a great job painting that outside low corner, getting the pitcher's pitch. Batter doesn't want to swing at it, and now he's up 0-2. He can pitch. He can throw any pitch he wants here.
And here's the 0-2. It's an off-speed, misses up high. 1-2 the count. I wouldn't call that a waste pitch. I think Tyler and Graham Hess are thinking ahead. Kind of threw an off-speed up and away. Maybe a fastball in here or a breaking ball away. Here's a pitch. It bounces up to the plate. And Steffens will advance to third on the wild pitch. 2-2 the count. Potentially nothing hurt there. It is a little easier to score from third base even with 2 outs. So now he could score on a wild pitch and such, but if Tyler bears down and throws strikes here, won't matter. Here's a pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Wahpeton takes an early lead, Top of the second inning, RBI single for Rylan Flack. Some great at-bat there by Rylan Flack. Had 2 strikes on him, had a 1-2 count, worked it to a full count, then got his pitch and laced it into left field. Wahpeton takes an early lead, 1-0. And Rylan Brown will be the batter. Left fielder, right-handed hitter. And the pitch from Grunwald is outside. 1-0 the count. So we're talking about the Bernier boys pitching yesterday. Sam comes back, gets the win. Where I was going with that, Max threw his maximum amount of pitches, so did Sam. So they're not available today to pitch. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Fisher Johnson's not available. He threw a number of pitches against Wahpeton on Thursday, so he'll need another day of rest. Tyler Grunwald has a full slate of pitches he can throw. Here's a pitch up high. Jackson Schliemann could pitch. Jacob Lindemann has a full slate of pitches he can throw. Gabe Iverson can throw, so they have plenty of pitchers today.
2 more guys that cannot would be Carter Grunwald and Jeremy Knight. Carter Grunwald threw 105 on Friday, and Jeremy Knight threw 76 on Friday.
Yeah, so they need days of rest due to the American Legion baseball pitching rules, which I think is a good thing. Here's a pitch. Runner goes, throw it on to second base, bounces up there, and he will be safe. Jackson Schliemann, I didn't think he caught that ball, but he actually caught it and applied a tag, but the runner beat the throw. So Flack steals second base. Oh, it was a walk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the throw down to second base, it didn't matter if it beat him or not because Flack was able to get second base standing up. I didn't realize it was ball 4. So no stolen base for Rylan Flack. Braun reaches on the walk. And a visit to the mound by Josh Elmaris. I'm Mike Bernier along with Mason Elmaris. We've talked about this before in other broadcasts, but Mason played baseball for Kindred Youth Baseball and American Legion Baseball. Got to call some games that Mason played in. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this tournament is always one of the most fun weekends here. Like you said earlier, it's the last home games here for Kindred, so it's a good tournament to look forward to, but also a little bittersweet because now it's the last time you're going to play on your home diamond.
Max started the game yesterday, and he talked about that. He goes, that's the last start I'll get on the mound at this ballpark. For American Legion baseball anyway. I suppose there's a chance he could play amateur baseball again. Here's a pitch. It's in the dirt, and it's going to skip away from Graham Hess. It'll be a wild pitch. Second wild pitch thrown by Tyler Grunwald this inning. 1-0 the count to the batter, Evan Doctor, the right fielder, left-handed hitter. And here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. This is a big batter for Tyler Grunwald. He doesn't want to get the bases loaded and get back to the top of the order. Even though first base is open, so a walk wouldn't be the end of the world here, but you don't want to run to the top of the order and have the bases loaded. The dangerous hitter and Carter Hocker due up next. Foul ball by Doctor, and Grunwald is ahead on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a 1-2 pitch. Off speed, misses way up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One run in for Wahpeton, top of the second inning. Here's a pitch. Fastball called, strike 3. And I think Doctor knew it. Third out of the inning is recorded. Tyler Grunwald minimizes the damage. There's an RBI single by Rylan Flack. Scores Braden Steffens, and Wahpeton has an early 1-0 lead. Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Welcome back here, folks. Wahpeton getting one run across that past inning. Good piece of hitting there by Steffens. And then another good piece of hitting by Braun getting Ryan Flack. He got the RBI single. He had a good at-bat. Steffens did great on the base pass, getting second and third. Now Kindred Vikings up to bat, looking to tie it up here.
Carter Grunwald, Max Bernier, and Fisher Johnson to bat. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Here's a pitch to Carter Grunwald, misses for a ball. Carter batting .205 on the year. He has driven in 10 runs, a couple of doubles, and a triple. Dangerous hitter. Hit the ball hard yesterday, but nothing to show for it. Kept hitting hard line drives to the outfield. Outfielders were able to catch up to him as the ball kind of held up in the wind for him. Some good swings on the ball yesterday, though. Here's a 2-0 count, in there for a strike. And here's a pitch, nearly hit him. 3-1 the count. And here's the 3-1 set and the pitch. Fastball grounded over to first base. Flack has it, he'll take it himself. It's a 3 unassisted put out for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up first baseman Max Bernier. Max has an average up to 264. A couple of doubles, he's driven in 12 runs on the year. And here's a pitch, fastball grounded right back to the pitcher. First pitch swinging, it's going to be a 1-3 putout. For the second out of the inning, how about Riley Jones? He's faced the minimum. The leadoff batter, Brady Baumgarten, on the first pitch hit a ground ball out to shortstop. There was an error. Just a slightly off center throw over to first base, and Baumgarten was able to reach, but he was thrown out stealing. Then a strikeout, then a flyout. And now in the second inning, 2 groundouts, and Fisher Johnson the batter. Ball 1 to him. So Jones is only thrown, this will be pitcher number 15. Misses for a ball. So 15 pitches in an inning and 2/3 is pretty good. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That one misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Jack Savageau waits on deck. Fisher batting .234 on the year. Takes a strike. 5 doubles for Fisher on the year. He's driven in 8 runs. And here's the 3-1 set. Swinging a high pop fly, foul. It'll go out of play, and the count goes full.
An uncharacteristic start there by Jones, getting down 3-0 in the count, but working back to the full count. Fisher Johnson looking to find a way on base, get something going here for the Vikings.
Here's the 3-2. Fastball swing and a miss. He chased it up high and goes down on strikes. And a 1-2-3 inning for Riley Jones. After 2 innings, it's 1-0 Wahpeton on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Another great inning there by Wahpeton, getting only 12 pitches that inning. Getting 3 up, 3 down. Pretty quick inning for Wahpeton. Attacking the Kindred batters. And Kindred looking to get some momentum here on defense so they can bring it into the offense.
In the second inning for Tyler Grunwald, the first 2 batters grounded out to short. Then there was a single, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and then an RBI single by Ryland Flack. Then a walk, but then a strikeout of Evan Doctor ended the inning. So Tyler Grunwald able to minimize that damage. And he'll face the top of the order, Carter Hockert, Trayton King, and Aiden Hayek. Carter Hockert grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter. And Riley Jones, as Mason mentioned, throws 2 innings, only throws 19 pitches. Here's a pop-up to right field. Jeremy Knight comes on, goes to his left, and 1 pitch, 1 out on the fly out to right field. Jeremy Knight, and an out is recorded. 2 in a row set down by Tyler Grunwald. Here's a pitch, it's up high. Ball 1 to Trayton King, the second baseman. He grounded out to third. His first time up. Both pitchers with 2 strikeouts. Here's a 1-0 pitch, down low. About a 58-footer. 2-0 the count. Tyler has thrown 43 pitches.
Tyler looking to throw a lot less this inning. That 15 innings per pitch pace to finish the game would put him at 45 at the end of this inning. He's already at 44 here.
And here's the 3-0 set and the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Chris Kappas, the head coach, coaching over at third base. Steve Hockert coaching at first base. Longtime duo coaching in Wahpeton. Here's the pitch, missed inside. Trayton King draws a walk. Aiden Hayek steps up. He struck out looking his first time up. That was to end the first inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Grunwald. Batting in the 3-hole, right-handed hitter. Here's a pitch, runner goes, and it hit the batter. I think that caught Graham Hess too, so it hit the batter, then hit Graham Hess. So a hit batter puts runners at first and second, no stolen base for King. Kind of getting a look at the uniforms, kind of a uniform shirt displayed by Wahpeton. It looks like it's celebrating the 250 years of the United States of America, kind of cool. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss by the left-handed hitter, Riley Jones. He's a pitcher, he's 0 for 1. He led off the second inning and grounded out to short. And here's a pitch, way low, hit the grass. So it'll go down as another wild pitch. I believe that's a third wild pitch for Tyler. King to third, Hayek to second. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Wahpeton Kindred Vikings. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 out, runners at second and third. Grunwald will pitch out of the full windup. Squeeze play is on. They get the bunt down. And Grunwald flips over to Bernier, who gets the out. Max had a hard time finding the base, but he did eventually find it, records the out. It's a sacrifice bunt on a suicide squeeze. Second out is recorded. 1-3 is the put out. And a run batted in for Riley Jones as Trayton King comes across the score to make it 2-0 Wahpeton. Hayek does move up to third base. Here's the pitch, outside. I've watched Chris Kappa's coach for a long time now, and he likes that suicide squeeze. He does some safety squeezes here and there, but here's a high fly ball into left field. Jack Savageau gets his first chance, makes a catch. Out in left field, Wahpeton comes up with another run on a suicide squeeze. Riley Jones gets a run batted in. King scores. It's 2-0 Wahpeton on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, folks. Riley Jones back on the mound, throwing his last couple warm-up pitches, waiting for catcher Kason Pincinel.
It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Jack Savageau, Gabe Iverson, and Tyler Grunwald. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Wahpeton. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Kindred Vikings. 2-0 ball game. Wahpeton scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third. An RBI single by Ryland Flack scored the first run. A sacrifice bunt on a suicide squeeze by Riley Jones. He gets an RBI, scores Trayton King, and it's 2-0. Leading off is Jack Savageau. Jack Savageau batting .429 on the year. Now, it's limited at-bats. He's 3 for 7 on the year, but those 3 hits, all line drives. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Jack Savageau, left-handed hitter, has a little bit of a bat wiggle, but from a young age, he's had that same exact batting stance and incredibly quick hands. Takes a pitch in there for a strike. Where's number 11 with these uniforms? Down on the count, 0-2. Here's a pitch from Jones. Fastball fouled away. And Savageau stays alive with an 0-2 count. But Jack can hit the ball hard, line drive hitter, can hit it to all fields. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. He goes down looking. For the first out of the inning. And how about Jones? Since the leadoff batter, Baumgartner, reached on an error, Jones has set down the next 6 batters in a row. Here's a pitch. Blooper into shallow center field. The second baseman goes out. King, and he makes a catch. Gabe Iverson, the batter. First pitch swinging, pops out to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Tyler Grunwald. And boy, has he been on fire. Batting .368 in 51 plate appearances. He'll take ball 1. He has a .489 on-base percentage.
Yeah, he's been great all year. This tournament here, he's been amazing. Yesterday, I think he reached all 4 times in that game 1 against DGF. I know he had 3 singles. I think he got walked on his 4th.
Here's a little ground ball pounded off his foot. The ball went into fair territory, but it was off his foot first, so it's a dead ball, foul ball. Jones has thrown only 26 pitches, bottom of the 3rd inning. And he has 2 outs. He does throw out of the full windup with nobody on. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to number 5, Tyler Grunwald. Brady Baumgarten awaits on deck. And here's a pitch. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2 pitch, grounded out to the shortstop, Hockert. He's got it, fires over to first base. Got him just in time. It's a 6-3 putout. Very close play. Tyler Grunwald hustling the whole way. But another 1-2-3 inning for the starting pitcher, Riley Jones. And after 3 complete, Wahpeton leads it by a score of 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings varsity field. Tyler Grunwald throwing his last warm-up pitch here. Riley Jones on a great pace, only at 29 pitches through 3 innings. Tyler Grunwald at 52, not a bad pace at all. You'd like to be at 45 after 3. So Riley Jones doing a great job of that. Tyler Grunwald looking to get back on pace to throw the complete game.
It'll be Brady Steffens, Rylan Flack, and Rylan Braun, 6, 7, 8 hitters. First pitch in there for a strike. Tyler Grunwald on the mound. Swing and a miss. He is 1-0, 1 win on the season, no losses. This is his 7th appearance, 4th start. Here's a pitch, off speed, grounded on the right side. Jackson Schliemann has it, throws over to Bernier at first, and the out is recorded. A 4-3 put out for the first out. Grunwald came into the game throwing 21 2/3 innings. And again, 1-0 on the season, has done a nice job eating up some innings for the Vikings. 1 out, Rylan Flack, the batter. He's 1 for 1, that RBI single in the 2nd inning. As Wahpeton struck first, and they lead it 2-0. Top of 4. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball over to third. Carter Grunwald has it, throws low, scooped out of the dirt nicely by Bernier, and it's a 5-3 put out. 3, technically 4 in a row set down by Grunwald. Riley Jones was put out on that sacrifice suicide squeeze. Did get a run batted in, but he was put down. I don't mean put down, but he was out at first base. So 4 in a row set down by Tyler Grunwald. Ryland Braun, the batter. He walked in the second inning, reached second base, but was stranded there. Takes a pitch for a strike. Evan Doctor awaits on deck. And the pitch in there for a strike again. No balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Braun didn't think so. And here's the 0-2 set on the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Nice inning by Tyler Grunwald. Comes in, gets his 3rd strikeout, a 1-2-3 inning. In the top of the 4th, Wahpeton leads it by a score of 2-0. Top of the order for the Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back here, folks. Riley Jones back on the mound, looking to get another good inning of work in. Brady Baumgarten leading off here for the Vikings.
Baumgarten reached on an error in the first inning, was promptly thrown out stealing by the catcher, Case and Pincinel. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Wahpeton. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Kindred Vikings. Looking to get things started here. Riley Jones done an amazing job for Wahpeton, throwing strikes. First pitch to Baumgarten misses for the ball. But Jones has gone the 3 innings, hasn't allowed a hit, hasn't walked anyone, struck out a couple of batters. 3, in fact. Here's a pitch, fouled at the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley Jones, his battery mate, Case and Pincinel. Here's a pitch, swing and a foul. These two teams have met already down in Wahpeton at John Randall Field. Nice ballpark down there. Wahpeton won the first game. Then the second game, the rains came in the second inning. So we had to replay it a couple of days later in the morning. Kindred wound up winning that ball game. So they have split on the season. 2-0 lead for Wahpeton, bottom of the 4th. 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter. Check swing. Looks like he went around. Yeah, he did. Strike 3, 4th strikeout recorded for Jones. The appeal down to the first base ump, Quinn Irie. He said, yeah, absolutely, he went around. And that was a good call. Brady absolutely went.
Yep, he did go around. It looked like he almost tried to protect himself a little bit at the end of it, and his bat just went around the plane, broke the plane.
Ball 1 to Jackson Schliemann. He was the first strikeout victim of Jones back in the first. Here's a 1-0 set and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Jackson. Big old cut. And here's a 1-1 set, and the pitch. Off speed, misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Only 36 pitches thrown, 37 from Jones. And here's a pitch, swinging and a pop-up foul. Down the third baseline, way out of play. Count rolls along at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Josh O'Maris. Coaching at third, Nick Eggman. The first base side, Dean Wixow's in the dugout, another coach. Ball up high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kindred Vikings looking for a spark. Here's the 3-2. He walked him. Schliemann is aboard. Jeremy Knight steps up. He flew out to left field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Jeremy Knight, incredibly strong left-handed hitter. Very quick bat. Here's a pitch. Misses for a ball.
Schliemann might be looking to be a distraction there at first. Get Jones off his timing a little bit, messing up pitch release points.
Pitch misses for a ball. The only other runner that he allowed was that infield error when Brady Baumgartner got on to reach the game, so that was his first walk. So truly the only base runner that he has allowed. Swing and a miss by Jeremy Knight. Strike 1, 2-1 the count. Vikings looking for that first hit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Throw over to first base. Schliemann is back in plenty of time. Pretty quick pickoff move by Jones there. Carter Grunwald awaits on deck. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second. They got him. Schliemann is thrown out again. And the Kindred Vikings base runners anyway have been thrown out. A caught stealing. Pincenalt is 2 for 2 on caught stealing attempts. That one a 2-6 put out for the second out. Jeremy Knight swung and missed at the pitch. It's a 2-2 count. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And still, Jones has faced the minimum after 4 innings. It's a 2-0 lead for Wahpeton, post 15. And they're coming to bat in the top of the 5th inning on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings back in the field. Looking for a shutdown inning here. Need to hold them as they're down 2-0. Wahpeton looking to extend their lead. A couple good throws by Kason Pincenalt there. He's been doing a very good job back there behind the mound. Pincenalt going to NDSCS next year to play some baseball.
Your alma mater?
Yep. Fun time down there in Wahpeton. A good group of guys. A lot of good memories down there. It was a very fun 2 years.
When I went to science school for a semester back in 1993, they didn't have baseball. They had it in the past, but then they didn't have it after that. There's a ground ball, skips over Bernier's glove, throw to first. Not in time. Schliemann fielded it, threw to first base. So it's an infield single. Kind of took a weird hop. Max tried to backhand it in the hole. Jackson Schliemann went to his left, fielded it, and then threw to first, but not in time. Evan Doctor, a leadoff single. And back to the top of the order, Carter Hockert. Throw over to first base, not in time. Hockert is 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. 3 hits now for Wahpeton. And here's a set by Grunwald. The pitch, bunt attempt, throw down to second base. They got him. Graham Hess throws out a base stealer. So that infield single is erased promptly. A 2-6 put out. Gabe Iverson covering on the play. So Grunwald had set down 5 in a row before that infield single, but Graham Hess erases it anyway. The pitch missed for a ball. So it's a 1-0 count. There's a high pop fly into foul territory. Carter Grunwald, nice job by Carter Grunwald. Loses his cap. Has to fight that wind. The wind's coming in a long ways. I think in foul territory he actually made that catch, but that's a big out.
Yeah, ball's hit high, dancing around in the air with the wind blowing, and Carter turned around, completely flipped his body, refound the ball, and then got under it and made the play.
Here's a pitch to Trayton King. Misses for a ball. King is 0 for 1. He grounded out and walked and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Here's a high pop fly. It's in foul territory. Graham Hess takes a look, but the wind blows it out of play. I think normally that ball, he might have had a chance on that, but the wind is coming in, said to be wind gusts up to 24 miles an hour today. And it's just kind of a steady wind. So balls crushed to left field are going to die out there. It's going to take a lot of power and a lot of line drive to get it out to left field today. The 1-1 pitch misses. It's a 2-1 count. And here's a pitch from Grunwald. Oh, it nicked his helmet. And King will reach first base on the hit batter. Second batter that Tyler has hit today. 2 outs. Aiden Hayek, the batter. He was the other person that was hit. That was back in the 3rd inning. In his other plate appearance, Aiden Hayek struck out to end the 1st. So he's 0 for 1. Two outs, runner on first. 2-0 lead for Wahpeton. And here's a pitch. Grounder over to third. Carter Grunwald has it. Fires over to first base in time for the out. It's a 5-3 put out. And Tyler Grunwald comes in and throws up a 0. Does allow a hit. Does strand a runner. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wahpeton leads this one by a score of 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Welcome back here. Kindred Vikings varsity field. Tyler Grunwald, another good inning of pitching there. He's gotten his pitch count back down to 69 after 5 innings. That's a good pace. Riley Jones also on a great pace, 45 pitches through 4 innings. He's looking very sharp on the mound.
Kindred Vikings have not stranded a runner. They've gotten 2 base runners. Baumgarten reached on an error. Jackson Schliemann reached on a walk. Both runners thrown out at second base by the catcher, Kason Pincinel. So Riley Jones has faced the minimum number of batters, has only thrown 45 pitches. Here we are in the 5th inning. First pitch to Carter Grunwald is in there for a strike. Carter grounded out to first, his first time up. He'll be followed by Max Bernier and Fisher Johnson. And here's a pitch. This one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 lead for Wahpeton. I'm Mike Bernier along with Mason Almaris. American Legion Baseball 2026 Essentia Championships. Nice bunt by Carter Grunwald. He's going to get an infield base hit on a bunt. So with current trends, Max Bernier is coming to bat. He is 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher. I would guess down by 2 runs here. Vikings looking to get some base runners moving around. I'm thinking Max is going to bunt here, lay down a sacrifice bunt. And here's the pitch. He does try to bunt, and it's up the first baseline and foul. Max has 3 sacrifice bunts on the season. Wasn't quite able to get that one down, so the Vikings have their first hit. Looking to get things started. And here's the set from Jones. Max tries to bunt again, and he bunts it up the third base line. Almost got away from the third baseman. Low throw. And they're calling him out. He was out. The ball came out of Flack's glove, but Max kind of ran into him. Flack had to go into the dirt right in the baseline to field the ball. He did record the out before Max hit him and knocked the ball loose. So the out is recorded. It's a sacrifice bunt for Bernier. A 5-3 put out for out number 1. Grunwald does move up to second base. Fisher Johnson, the batter, he struck out to end the 2nd inning. So he's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch way up high. So here we are putting a little pressure on, a couple of bunts, some small ball. A bunt single, a sacrifice bunt by Bernier, runner on second base. So Carter Grunwald picked up the first hit for the Vikings on a bunt. Beautiful bunt. Here's a high fly ball into center field. Steffens is out there. He's got it measured. He makes a catch. No throw as Carter, no way for him to advance on that one. Just wasn't hit far enough. So a fly out for Fisher, records a second out, and that brings up Jack Savageau. He's 0 for 1. Struck out looking to start the 3rd inning. Looking for a spark from the Vikings. And Jack Savageau getting the start. Carson Getty attending his sister Madison's wedding. Savageau, a very capable hitter. Talked about his little bit of a bat wiggle, and he's had that same batting stance since he was very young. At a young age, you could see that he was going to develop those very quick hands. Here's the pitch. At age 11, I remember him playing rookie ball here for Kindred Youth Baseball. He was Sam's teammate. And man, I thought he was Ted Williams. He hit the ball all over the ballpark and hit it hard every time he was up. Takes a pitch for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, I also coached Jack Savageau here in his 13U year, and he was a very fun kid to coach. Works hard.
Here's a throw down to second. Grunwald is back in time. 54 pitches thrown now by Riley Jones. Maximum of 105 per day. Which might be asking a lot for a pitcher in this heat today. But Jones has only thrown the 54 pitches. Timeout is called at the plate. 1-1 count. Jack Savageau, the batter. There are 2 outs. Runner on second base. 2-0 lead for Wahpeton. Bottom of 5. 1-1 count to Jack Savageau. And here's a 1-1 set. And here's a pitch. Swing and a ground ball on the right side. King has it. Flips over to first base in time for the out. And it's a 4-3 put out for the third out of the inning. Kindred Vikings come up empty. A leadoff single. Carter Grunwald stranded at second base. So at the end of 5, Wahpeton leads it by a score of 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Riley Jones, another great inning of pitching. Tyler Grunwald looking to do the same here in the top of the 6th. Wahpeton with a 2-0 lead.
Riley Jones, Carson Pincinel, and Braden Steffens to bat. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to bat for Wahpeton, top of the 6th inning. Great ball game so far, 2-0 lead for Wahpeton. Riley Jones drove in one of the runs. He grounded out in the second, but had a suicide squeeze called when he was batting, and he got that bunt down. Out was recorded at first base, but Riley Jones gets that RBI. Give his team a 2-0 lead, and that's where it stands right now. Here's a ground ball over on the right side. Jackson Schliemann has it, fires over to first in time for the out. First pitch swinging is Jones. It's a 4-3 putout, 1 away. Tyler Grunwald has thrown 70 pitches now. 5 1/3 innings of work. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Wahpeton. Kindred Vikings, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Here's a pitch, swinging at a ground ball on the left side. Gabe Iverson has it, throws over to first base. 2 pitches, 2 outs. 3 in a row set down by Tyler Grunwald. So the Vikings got their first bit of a threat going in the 5th inning. A leadoff bunt single by Carter Grunwald, a sacrifice bunt by Bernier, but then a fly out for number 2, and then Jack Savageau grounded out to end that inning. Here's a batter, Braden Steffens. No 3-pitch inning. He takes a strike wisely. Takes another strike, now down to the count 0-2. We've seen some 3-pitch innings this year in the Junior Legion season. Here's a pitch down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But nothing here. Tyler Grunwald got a ground out to second, ground out to short on the first 2 pitches. I think that ball in the dirt caught either the umpire or the catcher. So the batter, Braden Steffens, stepped out to give the catcher or the umpire, or both, a little bit of time to recover. Here's a pitch, misses upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think part of that was also to give Riley Jones some time. He let off the inning with the out, just got done pitching a longer inning than he has at all this game. So probably giving him a little bit more rest time on the bench. Let him cool off a little more.
And here's a 3-2, swinging a high pop fly towards the dugout. Bernier and Graham Hess take a look, but it's into the dugout and off the concrete. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Flack awaits on deck. 77 pitches thrown by Tyler Grunwald. We're in the top of the 6th. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Full count on the batter, Braden Steffens. Grunwald from the full wind throws it way up high, ball 4. Steffens draws a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Rylan Flack. He's 1 for 2. He struck first for Wahpeton with that RBI single back in the 2nd, and then he grounded out. So he's 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Runner on first with 2 outs. Throw over to first base. Steffens is back in plenty of time.
Steffens has got some speed over there at first. He did a lot of damage on the bases in that 2nd inning when he got on.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, he did add a stolen base. Got to third on a wild pitch and scored on that RBI single by Flack. Another throw over to first base, and he is back in time. The winner of this game plays Castleton for the 2026 Essentia Health Championship. Runner goes, throw down to second base, hits the runner, so he'll be safe. He gets his 2nd stolen base of the ball game. The count is 1-1 to Rylan Flack. So runner in scoring position now. Wahpeton trying to add to their lead. Here's a 1-1 pitch up high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Big thing here for Grunwald is mixing up his looks. Part of the reason, I think in the 2nd inning he stole a third, but with the wild pitch he was able to get in there easily. But he timed him up really well, so Grunwald needs to mix up his timing.
Here's a line drive into shallow left field. Jack Savageau comes on and makes a catch. And the side is out. A 2-out walk. And Steffens is stranded at second base. So Tyler Grunwald comes in, throws up another 0. But Wahpeton leads it by a score of 2-0 with the Kindred Vikings coming to bat. Bottom of the 6th inning on yourliveevent.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Welcome back here, folks. Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Riley Jones looking to put up another good inning of work here on the mound. He's been doing a great job here through 5 innings, throwing 55 pitches.
Vikings will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Gabe Iverson, Tyler Grunwald, and Brady Baumgarten. Here's a pitch from Jones, in there for a strike. Iverson is 0 for 1. He popped out to second his first time up. And Riley Jones throwing a great baseball game. This will be pitch number 57, swinging a ground ball out to short. Hockert is there. He bobbles it momentarily. Throw to first base is out of play. It skips into the dugout. And Iverson will get second base on that same error. So the Vikings catch a break. Ground out to short. But an error by Hockert will put Gabe Iverson on second base. One thing I did notice with Jones, once Carter Grunwald got to second base, things started to slow down. So we'll see if that's a factor in this ball game. Tyler Grunwald, the batter.
Carter Grunwald was dancing there at second, so he was getting in Jones's head a little bit. He took his time on the mound. Gabe Iverson known to do the same thing. He might try and get in Jones's head.
Here's a pitch to Tyler Grunwald. Takes a ball upstairs. So Gabe Iverson grounded to short. Reaches on the air by Hawkert. Runner on second, nobody out. And the pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count to Tyler Grunwald. Jones has thrown a very efficient, very good ball game. 1 walk, 1 single. That was a bunt single. But a couple of runners allowed on the bases via the ground ball error. Swinging a foul by Tyler Grunwald, and it's a 1-2 count. And here's the 1-2, way up high. Runner goes to third, not in time. Wow. Gabe Iverson swipes third base. Kind of unexpected there, but he got a great jump. Got his uniform extremely dirty with the head-first slide, and he's safe at third base, the stolen base. The pitch was a ball. 2-2 the count to Tyler Grunwald. Chance to do some damage here. Swinging a pop-up down the first base line in foul territory, and it lands foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grunwald been swinging a tough bat of late. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out today. The shortstop and second baseman are playing back. However, now the first baseman creeps in a little bit. Third baseman playing in. Here's the pitch. Outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a big steal by Gabe Iverson. He got a great jump. The pitch there was a ball up and out, fastball up and out, so almost a pitch out.
Here's a pitch. High pop fly. Shallow center field. I don't think this will be far enough to get the run home. Gabe Iverson fakes going. So it's a pop out to center field. And Steffens, he comes on and makes a catch. Makes a strong throw into the infield, but too shallow to try to score Iverson. So the first out is recorded. And there's 1 away with Brady Baumgarten at the plate. He's 0 for 2. You reach on an air and struck out.
He's looking to do a job here. Like I said, there was a big steal by Gabe, but you got to finish the job here. Get that runner in. He had got on second by putting the ball in play. Had a great jump stealing third. Brady's got to get him in here.
Here's a little line drive down the left field line. That's down for a hit. 1 run is in. Baumgarten rounding first on his way to second. He's got incredible speed. A stand-up double on the first pitch. Looked like a breaking ball, and he drove it down the left field line. Iverson scores. Brady Baumgarten's a tying run. He's on second base. RBI double, and it's 2-1, Wahpeton. And look who's up. Jackson Schliemann leads the team with that 23 runs batted in.
He had that big swing yesterday to take the lead. Looking to get another big swing here, tie the game up here. Brady's got good speed. Any single should realistically score Brady, or for sure get him to third where Jeremy Knight can hit him in.
Here's a 1-0 set. And the pitch. Swinging a high pop fly. Shallow center field again. Steffens comes on, makes a catch. And there's 2 down. So Brady's still on second base. He's that tying run. Can Jeremy Knight do it? He flew out to left to end the first, struck out to end the fourth. Jeremy, a very powerful hitter. Stands at the plate, looking to get that tying run in. Here's the set, here's the pitch, outside, ball 1. Carter Grunwald awaits on deck.
Center fielder Steffens is playing in a little bit. He does have good speed, but Jeremy Knight has good power. He could put one over him.
Nice stop by the catcher. Kaysen Pincinel stops that one from going to the backstop. It's a 2-0 count. Here's a 2-0 set by the righty. Almost hit him. Pitches inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And they're just going to walk Jeremy Knight. With a 3-0 count, no sense messing around, so that's a good call. An intentional walk.
Also sets up the force out, first, second, and third.
And that'll bring up Carter Grunwald. He's 1 for 2. He grounded out to start the second inning, but had that beautiful infield bunt single for the first hit for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. Almost hit him. Ball 1.
Third baseman Aiden Hayek playing kind of back, too. You might see another bunt here from Grunwald. It would have to be another great bunt, but he could get the job done if he puts it in that same spot.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a little ground ball out to short. Hawker's got it. He's going to fire over to first base, and he got him in time. A 6-3 putout. Vikings do strike for a run and make it a 2-1 ball game. Wahpeton coming to bat in that top of the 7th inning on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, everyone. Little pinch hit action here. Looks like we'll have a new hitter here for Wahpeton.
Number 9, Matt Peterson, will bat for the 8th batter, Rylan Braun. Braun has a walk and a strikeout. They already said that Braun will re-enter to go play left field again, but Matt Peterson getting a chance to get an at-bat in. He'll face Tyler Grunwald. He's thrown 6 innings, allowed the 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 earned, I think only 1 run is earned against Tyler. I'm not sure how that came into play. There weren't any errors for the Vikings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounces it up there. 1-1 the count. But Game Changer has it as 1 earned run. Here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch, bunt attempt. He offered at it, strike 2. So Matt Peterson trying to get aboard with a bunt single. Wahpeton leads it by a score of 2-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Wahpeton. Vikings have 1 run now and 2 hits, no errors. Here's a pitch way up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a 2-2 set. And the pitch. Swing and a ground ball chopped up Tough play for Carter Grunwald. Charges, throws to first. Scooped out of the dirt by Bernier, but it's an infield single. Peterson with an infield single. He didn't mean to bunt that, but it turned out to be kind of a bunt single. Tough play for Carter Grunwald. He charged it nicely, made a strong throw. It was in the dirt. Bernier did a good job of preventing it from going down that right field line. Would have been off to the races for Peterson. It was a close play. Peterson beat it out. Infield single. Here's a pitch. Another bunt. And this one's down. Graham Hess will field this. Throw over to first base to record the out. It's a 2-3 put out on the sacrifice bunt. 1 out. Runner on second base in Matt Peterson.
And a good job by your 9 batter, moving the runner over to get to the top of the order there. You can tell both teams just doing whatever they can, get gritty and get a run across, whether it's bunting, walking, anything they can do.
Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Back to the top of the order, Carter Hockert, the batter. He's 0 for 3, ground out, fly out, and a pop out. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Hockert did not like that call at all. Came up and he looked at the press box and had some words. I think he's just kind of talking to himself. Here's a pitch outside, 1-2 the count. Hockert, a good, dangerous hitter. And here's the 1-2, swing and a pop-up. Left side, Jack Savageau coming on. He's got a long run and he can't find it, and it falls in there for a hit. Hockert's going to scamper into second base. He'll get credit for a double, even though Peterson only gets to third base. That's a double for Hockert. Just kind of in no man's land. It was behind third base, right on the line. Jack Savageau was playing fairly deep, and he had a long run, and it just kind of fell in between him and Carter Grunwald. Good effort by both ball players, but it just fell in no man's land. Here's a pitch, another suicide squeeze. They're going to get the run home, and the throw over to first base is in time. Another sacrifice suicide squeeze, this time by Trayton King. It's a 1-3 put out. Second out is recorded. An RBI for Trayton King. A run scored for Matt Peterson. So Matt Peterson does a job. He pinch hits, gets an infield single, scores to make it a 3-1 ball game. Here's a pitch up high, ball 1.
And like I said earlier, both teams just doing whatever they can, getting gritty, trying to find a way to get a run across, and Wahpeton did that successfully there with that suicide squeeze.
Here's a 1-0 set, and the pitch up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Aiden Hayek, the batter, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Otherwise, he struck out and grounded out. Here's a pitch. Swing and a line drive. Just foul down the third base line. Hit it hard. We've seen a lot of those throughout this tournament by a lot of different teams.
Yeah, if that third base line was about 2 feet to the left, there would be a lot more extra base hits in this tournament.
Going to have a quick visit to the mound by Coach Josh Almaris for Wahpeton. It's 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for Kindred.
We can, while they're at the mound visit, we can talk to you about how we got to this game. Wahpeton started early Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. They lost to the West Fargo Oasis 7-5. Then right after that, played the Minot Metros and ended up beating them 6-0. Then to end the day yesterday, they played at 5 and 7:30. At 5 o'clock, they beat Wyzetta Post 118 Gold 4-1. And then they beat the West Fargo Vets 8-2, giving them a 3-1 record. Minot also had a 3-1 record, but those two were the only two with a 3-1 record. Wahpeton had the tiebreaker over them with a head-to-head win. So Wahpeton ended up winning the Young Field host site and got here. Kindred started their night Friday with a win over Thief River Falls 12-3, and then they beat Post 2 Jets 4-3. Saturday at 2:30 they lost to DGF 7-6 in a thriller of a game. Then last night they held Hillsborough Central Valley to under under 4 runs, beat them 11-2, and that gave them their berth to the semifinals here.
Pitch misses for a ball, makes it 3-1. Then a swing and a miss by Hayek fills the count. Now here's a pitch from Tyler Grunwald, misses away, and he walked him. Runners at first and third. First base was open, of course, so not the end of the world there with a walk. Next pitch will be pitch number 100 for Tyler Grunwald. Riley Jones, the batter. He's 0 for 2, but had that all-important suicide squeeze, run batted in. 2 attempts at that suicide squeeze for Wahpeton today, and 2 successful. Here's a swing and a pop-up, shallow left field. Jack Savageau is there. He makes the catch calmly and records the out. So Tyler Grunwald throws 100 pitches and throws 7 innings, 3 runs allowed on 5 hits. What a job by Tyler Grunwald. Kindred Vikings hoping to keep this game alive. They need 2 to keep the game going, 3 to win it on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back at Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Riley Jones looking to finish off this game for Wahpeton. It's been a very close game the whole time. A lot of good defense here, keeping it within a low-scoring game. Kindred took advantage of the error from Wahpeton to get a run across. Wahpeton using 2 suicide squeezes to get 2 runs across. So both teams really just trying to squeeze out runs whenever they can get the chance, and Wahpeton has been more successful in that in the long run here, but Kindred looking to get something going here. Remember, winner of this game is going to the championship to face the Castleton Haymakers.
Leading off will be Max Bernier, the 5th hitter in the lineup. Here's a pitch down low. 1-0 the count. Max is 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher and had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. Here's a pitch, down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Jones has only thrown 74 pitches, so his pitch count isn't really a huge concern at this point. Here's a 2-0, way up high, 3-0 the count. Fisher Johnson awaits on deck, followed by Jack Savageau to start the 7th. 3-1 lead for Wahpeton. And here's a 3-0. Almost hit Max. He'll take a walk. Get over to first base. So the leadoff runner is aboard. Max Bernier draws a walk. And that'll bring up Fisher Johnson. Fisher is 0 for 2. He struck out to end the 2nd, flew out to center in the 5th. Now we're going to have a trip to the mound. Jones looks to me like he's a little bit uncomfortable. After he threw the 3-0 pitch, he was kind of walking around the mound looking like he didn't, like something was aching. He's going to get the ball taken away from him by Chris Kappas. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw Jones kind of favoring something. Like he's kind of, I don't know, he just looks sore. But maybe he's not. Maybe I'm just mistaken.
Well, I'm seeing that too. The way he's walking around, it looks like something's bothering him a little bit.
He's kind of got a little bit of a limp, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing a little limp there.
But he's going to stay in the ball game and play the infield, I believe. But we're going to have a pitching change. We'll tell you all about it, and we'll figure out what the defensive changes are after this on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, everyone. We're back here at Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. A lot of defensive changes here. Mike, you want to take them through them?
I think I can. Here's a pitch, ball one. The main thing is we have a new pitcher, number 8, Braxton Heitkamp, comes on to pitch. I believe the shortstop Hockert moved over to second base. Here's a 1-0 set and the pitch. Riley Jones goes from pitcher to shortstop. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
And Hayek must have moved out to left field.
Hayek, I think he's still at third base. Hayek is still at third.
And here's a pitch, breaking ball, misses away. 2-1 the count to Fisher Johnson.
Looks like number 13, Trayton King, is in right field.
Okay.
So he went from second to right.
Here's a
Foul
pitch.
back.
Foul tip to the glove. 2 balls and 2 strikes account.
And then I think Evan Doctor went to left field.
That makes sense. So Heitkamp, the pitcher, he's got a 2-2 count on Fisher Johnson. Max Bernier at first base after drawing a walk. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Fisher Johnson goes down on strikes, and there's one away. So that'll bring up Jack Savageau. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in the third, grounded out in the 5th inning. Vikings down by 2 runs, bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a pop-up foul, strike 1. Now to be clear, this is the Essentia Health American Legion Baseball Tournament. This does not count in the standings in any way. This American Legion, these baseball teams will start the regional playoffs next week and then state to follow at the end of the month. Here's a 1-1, 0-1 pitch, line drive, base hit into left field. And Jack Savageau with that quick bat laces it to left center field. And I've watched Jack Savageau. It feels like I've watched him line a base hit over the shortstop's head 4 million times in my life, but I'm sure it's a little bit less than that, but he does it again. A line drive base hit, 3 hits now for the Vikings. And that'll bring up Gabe Iverson. Gabe is 0 for 2 officially. He popped out, but reached on a big error in the 6th inning, came around to score that first run the one and only run for the Vikings after stealing third base. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Tyler Grunwald awaits on deck.
It's a big swing there by Jack Savageau. A young kid getting a start here in the Essentia Health tournament. Just had that tough play in left that dropped, but making it up to the team by getting that big single.
Braxton Heitkamp on to pitch for Wahpeton. Here's the 0-1 set, and the pitch, swing and a foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Three runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Wahpeton. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Kindred Vikings.
Gabe Iverson been very good defensively, now looking to produce offensively for the Vikings here. 0-2 count, looking to battle, find a way to get on base, move the runners around. That would be huge, a big momentum swing with Tyler Grunwald on deck.
And here's the 0-2 set by Heitkamp. Off speed, popped in the air, foul. On the first base side, it'll go out of play. A lot of foul territory down there, but it went into golf cart row back there. Iverson stays alive. 0-2 count.
Looks like Jones is holding on Bernier at second, so that 5-6 hole could be pretty big. If Gabe could put a hard line or hard ground ball through there, that would get through pretty easily.
Looked like that pitch was going to be low and outside, but I tell you what, Gabe Iverson not leaving it up to the umpire to decide his fate in that at-bat, and he fouls it off and stays alive. And I like that because I don't like taking close pitches that could be called strikes and letting the umpire decide your at-bat. So Gabe stayed alive. Here's the 0-2. It hit him. And the bases are loaded.
That's a huge at-bat there by Iverson, fighting off 2 0-2 pitches there. As the 8 batter as well, bottom of the order, find a way to do a job, get on base, and he did that perfectly there.
Loads up the bases for Tyler Grunwald.
Tyler Grunwald been very good offensively at this tournament all year as well, like you said. Upper 300s average, 490 on base percentage. If he can find a way on base and get the top of the order, Brady Baumgarten up to bat, this game could flip really quick.
Tyler Grunwald, the batter, he's swinging a hot bat. He's 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a fly out. But been getting some good hits, good swings, battling up there. Here's a pitch, swing and a foul. He had a good hack. Tyler Grunwald. Now, if they tie this up, Tyler still has 5 pitches left. He could come out to start the 8th.
Yeah, he'd probably get a batter, maybe 2, if they do end up tying this up. Or maybe they go out with a new pitcher, try and get a clean slate for him.
Almost hit him. It goes to the backstop, but Bernier wisely didn't score. He was thrown out at the plate last night, and we have a very hard backstop, and that ball ricocheted back right to the catcher. And it wound up only being about 15 feet away from home plate. The catcher could have went back and got it and ran back to the home plate and beat Bernier back there. Not that Bernier's slow by any means. It's just wasn't an opportunity. And there's no sense in taking a chance there because right now Bernier's run doesn't matter as much. You need to get him across at some point. But the big run is Jack Savageau, and you don't want to take the bat out of anybody's hands. Try to let Tyler Grunwald drive in the tying runs here.
Yeah, I think he didn't get a very aggressive secondary, so if he had an aggressive secondary, he definitely should have gone, but maybe now he'll be getting a little more aggressive here. So if there is another pass ball, he can score.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slow breaking ball by Braxton Heitkamp. Kind of froze Tyler Grunwald. And it's a 1-2 count. Winner of this ball game plays Castleton for the 2026 Essentia Health Championship. Here's a 1-2 swing and a foul tip. I thought he swung and missed, but the ball popped out of his glove, so the ruling on the field is a foul tip, not held on by the catcher. Pincinel, so the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Pincinel almost had it. It looked like it popped out of his glove, so that would have been a huge squeeze there for him. But Tyler Grunwald, new life. See if he'll be able to use it.
And here's a 1-2. And the pitch. Breaking ball misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Jones, he threw 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, and 5 runs. He did allow the 1 unearned run. He is responsible for Bernier at third base. Nice job by Riley Jones. Here's a 2-2. Swinging at a grounder. Up the third base side, they might have a play at the plate. They're going to choose to throw over to first base. Nice job by Ryland Flack over at first base. Scoops that ball out of the dirt. Bernier does score. Savageau to third. Iverson to second base. It's a ground out, 5-3. Second out recorded. And an RBI for Tyler Grunwald to make it a 3-2 ball game. Now we're going to have a visit to the mound by head coach Chris Kappas.
Yeah, I think that was a smart play by Hayek there going to first, because Max Bernier, like you said, not the slowest of guys, but I think it would have been a very close play. You would have had to make a great throw. Obviously the force out there, but with the jump Max had, I think he was going to beat it. And now it honestly puts, I think, a little more pressure on Brady at the plate, whereas he has to for sure get a run in now. Whereas if Hayek threw that away, or if Max was safe at home, now you have bases loaded, 1 out, and it's a 1-run game. But I was seeing if maybe Kappas would have put Baumgarten on base, as Baumgarten has the first RBI of this game with that single down the left field line, but Schliemann on deck is also arguably a more dangerous hitter.
Yeah, I think then you have the righty-lefty matchup with the bases loaded. So they're going to face Brady Baumgarten here. He's 1 for 3. Reached on an error, struck out, big RBI double down the left field line in the 6th inning. That scored the first run for the Vikings. 3-2 ball game, 2 outs. What a baseball game.
Yeah, if he can put the ball in the same spot here, that would be the game winner.
And here's a pitch. Down low, ball 1. Jackson Schliemann is on deck. Been swinging a very hot bat. Now the pitcher and catcher will converse. A lot of strategy here. Well, with first base open, you don't have to give Brady anything great to hit here.
Yeah, you can kind of pitch around him.
See if he chases, because if you do walk him, Chris Kappas, a head coach, I just noticed, threw some grass up in the air to kind of see how hard that wind was blowing, and he's positioning his outfielders, having him come in a little bit, because a base hit to the outfield is going to tie the game. But you don't want the runner on second base and Gabe Iverson to score on an outfield base hit.
Brady does have a decent amount of pop here. We joked about it in the interview earlier this weekend, and gave me a little look when I said he needs to work on his pop a little more, but I think we both know he's got a decent amount of pop. He hit that one off the fence earlier this weekend.
That was against the wind as well. Still got it off the fence. 2-0 the count. Big pitch here coming from Braxton Heitkamp.
Looks like left fielder Doctor is playing far in the gap.
Here's a pitch off speed. Misses for a ball. 3-0 the count. I wouldn't be surprised if they just put him on here. Doesn't look like they will do that.
Yeah, I think they'll just keep pitching around him a little bit. Maybe now go after him a little bit, throw a strike, as it's a 3-0 count. Maybe Brady's just going to take it for sure.
Here's a 3-0 set, and the pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Brady taking all the way. 22 pitches thrown by Braxton Heitkamp. He came in after Bernier walked.
Big spot here.
Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fastball, he missed. Ball 4. Puts a runner on base and loads the bases. Now, a couple factors here. There is a force out at any base, so you take the easiest one, right? Good speed on the bases all the way around. Jack Savageau can run. Gabe Iverson can run. Brady Baumgarten can run.
Jackson Schliemann been hot. Big swing yesterday against DGF. Looking to see if he can do it again.
Here's a pitch. Takes it for a strike. Jackson is 0 for 2 today. Struck out, walked, and flew out. Does lead that team with 23 runs batted in on the season.
Heitkamp maybe looking to attack Schliemann a little more than he did Baumgarten.
And here's a pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1-1 the count. Home plate umpire can't win in this situation. If he calls it a ball, he gets yelled at. If he calls it a strike, he gets yelled at.
Yeah, definitely a tough spot there for home umpire Bryce Whipple, but just looking to do his best, stay consistent.
1-1 the count. He motioned. He said it missed outside. We can't tell from up here. Here's the pitch. Misses up high. 2-1 the count.
One thing I have noticed about Bryce Whipple, the home plate umpire, is that it looks like he almost has such little care about what other people say that I don't think he's going to – there's no pressure on him right now.
And he's always thought that. Kind of admire that about Bryce Whipple. In one ear, out the other. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball missed outside. Looked like a very close pitch, but again, I'm away. Now he's taking off his mask and looking into the Wahpeton dugout. Little chirping going on over there. But again, very close pitch.
I wonder if catcher Pincinel has a little sign to say to Kappas, I think that was a strike. Whereas it's not obvious where he's saying, yelling
Here's
at the
pitch.
dugouts.
He missed ball 4. Jackson Schliemann gets a run batted in on a walk.
And now the pressure's on here. Pressure's on big time, even more for Heitkamp. Last at bat, there was a little bit of pressure. I'd say more on Schliemann, but this time it's for sure all on Heitkamp.
So for the Vikings, you might take a little bit more of a chance here on, say, a wild pitch or a pass ball, where you wouldn't maybe do that before because you don't want to make the third out at the plate.
Especially with Iverson at third now, too. He's got some good speed over there. He stole third earlier. If he gets an aggressive secondary, he should be scoring on any pass ball.
Jeremy Knight will be the batter. He was 0 for 2. He flew out, struck out, was intentionally walked. After a 3-0 count on him, takes ball 1. Big plays here for Jeremy Knight. Kindred Vikings have tied this ball game up. Vikings have never led in this ball game. Jeremy Knight batting with a 1-0 count, bases loaded.
Knight needs to realize he's been going around the zone a lot. Don't chase outside as he swings through that one, but don't want to chase outside the zone at all, because Heitkamp has been working corners a little more. So if a call goes in his favor here and he gets 2 strikes, then you can start chasing a little bit outside. But wait for him to throw something either in the middle of the zone that you like, or just keep taking the ones that are outside.
1-1 count. Pitch is in, called outside, 2 balls and a strike. Again, it looked like a very close pitch, but we cannot tell inside or outside from standing up here. You can only tell where the catcher catches it from up here. We just have a not great angle to tell balls and strikes from over here.
And Heitkamp has been missing in that same spot every time, just outside on a lefty, just inside on a righty.
Here's a pop-up down the third base line. It'll get out of play, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But the Vikings do tie it up. But again, a chance to walk this one off with Jeremy Knight at the plate. Anything's in play, a pass ball, a wild pitch, an error, a hit. Sacrifice fly won't do it because that'll be the third out. Jeremy Knight trying to put this ball in play. Inning started with a walk. Here's the pitch. Inside. It almost hit him. Now we got a full count.
Runners will be moving here.
The merry-go-round will start. Now the runner's got to be sure that he comes to the plate. You can't get picked off in this situation. That would be quite embarrassing and quite the disappointment.
One good move for Heitkamp here could be doing the fade over to second, and then if Brady Baumgarten gets back, look over at Schliemann if he got too far off, because he might be going right on the leg kick since he's at first.
But they don't have to get a huge jump here, right? It's a full count. There's 2 outs. Bases loaded. I tell you what, this is what baseball is all about here.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a lot of fun here.
Again, the last day that these seniors will play on this field. Can they get another game? Well, they've tied it up, so their chances are better. Here's a high fly ball into left field. I believe Doctor is out there. He's camped underneath it, and he makes the catch in left field. We're going to have bonus baseball. We're going to see a top of the 8th inning. The Vikings tie it up in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's tied at 3. We'll take a break. We'll come back, tell you more, and we'll see what happens on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back here at Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Tyler Gromwald on the mound to go as long as he can in this 8th inning. He's got 100 pitches, has 5 pitches remaining. He can throw 4 pitches to anyone, and then once he's in that at-bat and throws that 105th pitch, he can finish the at-bat and has to come out right after. Extra innings here, so we will be playing California rules. Runner at second, 1 out, and that runner at second will be whoever made the last out of the inning.
So it'll be Riley Jones should be the runner for Wahpeton. And I tell you what, if there's ever been a pitcher that deserved to win a baseball game, it was Riley Jones. What a game he pitched. 6 innings, allowed only the 2 hits, gave up 2 runs, only 1 earned. He walked 2, struck out 5 batters, but pitched an amazing game. So now they're going to change it. We thought the California rules, runner on second, 1 out, like they do in the major leagues, but it's runner on second. They looked it up. The umpires got together with the coaches, so the runner on second, nobody out. And Wahpeton plays a lot of small ball.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all to see a bunt here.
I would be shocked if I didn't see a bunt here from Chris Kappas from Wahpeton.
Pincinel is the 5 batter, so maybe he won't, but the batter on deck and Steffens here, he has some good speed. If he doesn't lay down a bunt, that would surprise me a lot.
And he fouls this one off. He does try to bunt, and he fouls it off, strike 1. I didn't catch who the runner was at. I can't tell if that's Jones or not. It should be him. He made the last out in the 7th inning.
It looks like him over there. I think that is Jones.
So he's okay, obviously, because I thought he was looking uncomfortable, had a sore muscle or something, but he's obviously okay. He stayed in the baseball game.
Yeah, it looked like he limped a little bit too, so maybe he will be a little slower now.
Here's the pitch, bunt attempt. It's down for the and throw over to first base. Jackson Sleeman does a nice job of covering first base and staying on the bag. And it's a 1-4 put out for the first out, a sacrifice bunt. And so runner on third base now.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyler go out of the stretch here. He's been going out of the full with a runner at third, but Kappas has been taking advantage of that and using that suicide squeeze. He did it twice. So I think Tyler is going to go out of the stretch here, make the suicide squeeze a little closer of a play, and he really has to get it down on a better spot. Whereas when he was going out of the full, the runner was almost at the home plate circle turf, where there's absolutely no chance he's getting him out. But like I said earlier too, Steffens has some good speed. I would not be surprised if we see a bunt here.
So Wahpeton scored 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 7th. Vikings 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th to tie it up for the 3-3 ball game.
That's kind of been the story of Kindred's games this tournament. They get down, and then they just start chipping away, and then at the end of the game, they take a lead and end up winning it.
Braden Steffens, again, 2 successful suicide squeeze bunts for Wahpeton in this ball game. Riley Jones had 1. Trayton King had the other. First pitch is a ball to the batter, Braden Steffens.
And a good block by Hess. Cannot let a ball get to the backstop here if you're the Kindred Vikings. Otherwise, Jones will score.
He takes off. Here's the suicide squeeze. They're not going to have a play at the plate. Bernier tried to throw him out. Runner reaches. It's going to be a sacrifice bunt and an RBI, and he reaches on the fielder's choice. So Jones scores to make it 4-3. Bernier tried to pick him off. He was playing in. The bunt was to him. He charged. And I don't think he had a chance, but he wanted to get that runner at the plate so bad.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right play there for Bernier. He was up and in. He just bobbled it a little bit when he tried fielding it, and I think once you make that tiny little bobble, you got to go to 1 with that.
So a run batted in for Steffens. Again, the 3rd successful suicide squeeze, and it's a 4-3 ball game as Wahpeton takes the lead in the top of the 8th inning. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw down to second, sails into center field, but Brady Baumgarten is there to back it up. A stolen base for Steffens. So I assume Jackson Schliemann was covering on first on that bunt, so maybe the better play was to take the out at first base to prevent a big inning.
Yeah, I agree with that because especially with Steffens there, he's going to steal second, might go for stealing third here if he tries timing up Grunwald. So that could be a costly error that ends up getting in another run, which for Kindred, you want to limit the damage.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter, Ryan Flack. He's 1 for 3, an RBI single. He got the scoring started for Wahpeton back in the 2nd inning. RBI single, he's grounded out and flown out. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss.
That's a big strikeout for Grunwald there. That'll be the end of his day because he's at 108 pitches, but what a way to finish it with that strikeout. Big strikeout, runner at second. You don't want to let him get to third with 1 out. He probably still will score on a single, but that just cuts the chances down a little bit with the wind blowing in. Outfielders have good arms out there, so it might end up holding Steffens from scoring.
What a job by Tyler Grunwald. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 4 runs, only 2 earned. He walked 4, struck out 4. He is responsible for the runner on second base with the 2 outs. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll tell you about it. We'll come back in about a minute on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back here, folks. Pitching change here for the Vikings. It'll be Jackson Schliemann on the mound. Tyler Grunwald to move to third, and Carter Grunwald to move to second.
Jackson Schliemann in to pitch. He moves in from second base. He'll get an appearance. He'll be facing, it should be Braxton Heitkamp due up. Braxton Heitkamp should be the batter. Can't tell if that's him over that there in the on deck area. Jackson Schliemann on to pitch. Wahpeton has a 4-3 lead. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Vikings. Wahpeton with the 4 runs. We're in the top of the 8th inning.
A little bit of controversy up here.
Yeah. We were saying California rules. The California rules are runner on second, 1 out.
Umpires and coaches came together and came to the conclusion that it's runner at second, no out.
First pitch is a ball to the batter, Braxton Heitkamp.
So yeah, we played runner at second, no outs, but it should have been 1 out. That definitely would have changed up the game plan for Wahpeton. Maybe it would have made things a little more difficult in getting a run in.
Jackson takes a good look at Braden Steffens on at second base. Here's a 1-0 set, and here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball grounded on the right side. Carter Grunwald has it, flips over to first base, and the out is recorded. A 4-3 put out. Out number 3, but Wahpeton comes up with a run on a suicide squeeze by Braden Steffens. Scores a run, and it's a 4-3 lead. Kindred Vikings coming to bat, bottom of the 8th inning on yourliveevent.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
And we're back here, Kindred Vikings varsity field. A little bit of a mess up on California rules, so we will start this inning again with runner at second, no 1 out. If we do get through this inning, it sounds like we will switch to runner at second, 1 out. So if Kindred only scores 1 here and we go to the top of the 9th, that's what's going to happen. If Kindred doesn't score or they score 2, then the game will be over.
So Jeremy Knight made the last out in the 7th, so he'll be at second base. The batters will be due up, will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Carter Grunwald, Max Bernier, and Fisher Johnson.
And I would not be surprised to see the same strategy here with Kindred if they do the same thing that Wahpeton did. Carter already had that bunt single. Max bunted him over to second. So I think someone's going to be playing in here, whether it's Hayek at third.
Well, either way, with the California rules, both teams are playing under the same rules that we went with.
Yes.
So, but both teams have the opportunity. There's nothing wrong, I guess, with playing that way. That's what they decided, so that's what we're playing with. Runner on second, nobody out. Carter Grunwald, the batter. Here's the pitch from Heitkamp. Bunt up the third baseline, and it's a good one. Throw over to first is low, but picked out by Flack. So Knight moves up to third base. Sacrifice bunt for Grunwald. One away. Put some pressure on Max Bernier. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out, had a sack bunt, and walked and scored the run in the 7th inning to make it 3-2.
There's no signs over there, so it looks like Max is going to be swinging away here, unless they talked about it beforehand. But I think I would trust Max's swing here. He's been hitting the ball hard into the outfield often, and he does it again.
High fly ball into left field. Max Bernier does a job. It's going to be caught out there. Jeremy Knight tags up. Good strong throw to the plate, but Jeremy Knight scores. Sacrifice fly for Max Bernier. We got ourselves a tie ball game again. Knight comes across to score.
Knight did a great job making sure that ball was caught too. He maybe even left a whole second late, just making sure you do not get called out by leaving early.
How about Max Bernier, which could have potentially been his last game on this field, gets a sacrifice fly to tie it. Now, with that wind howling out there, odds of Max hitting one into the cornfield out in left field are pretty low. With that wind howling in. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Fisher Johnson. Now, with the wind blowing in from left, the ball will carry to right field. It'll carry down the line. The wind will kind of hold it up. And if it's squared up, it will hook and stay up in the air and carry out to right field. Here's a pitch up high, and Fisher Johnson can do that. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Fisher puts one onto the road out in right field. It ends this ball game. Here's a pitch. Takes it for a strike. Jack Savageau is on deck.
Now, he does have some good pop. Smart take there. 3-0 count. Just make him throw strikes. Been struggling a little bit to do that.
Here's a pitch. Misses for ball 4. So the winning run is aboard, albeit first base with 2 outs. So Jeremy Knight was on second base. Carter Grunwald promptly sacrificed him over to third. First pitch swinging was Max Bernier. Hit a fly ball to left field, got the run home to tie it up at 4 apiece. And Jack Savageau gets an at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Big line drive single to left field in the 7th. Came around to score the tying run. Here's a pitch. Line drive into shallow right. That is nice. Oh, it's not caught. It falls in there. And Savageau is going to wrap another base hit. Fisher Johnson will make it over to third base. A single for Jack Savageau.
And good on him, trusting his hands. He's, like you said, he's got quick hands. Just put the ball in play. Would have been a really nice play out there by Steffens, but just can't come up with it. And Fisher Johnson, great base running. Knowing there's 2 outs, he was running right on contact. Some runners might not even get to third because they think Steffens going to catch it, and they'll just hold up. Fisher was sprinting around second, and he got to third. And now we could have something fun happen here. First and third, maybe a pinch runner for Fisher. Get a little fun on the bases. Early steal, delayed steal, something.
Absolutely. We have a timeout on the field. Chris Kappas came out to talk to his pitcher, talk to his infield, talk some strategy here. Talk some X's and O's. Josh Almaris talking to his players as well, talking about getting good leads. So again, runner on third, although there's 2 outs, many different ways you can score with 2 outs. A balk, a pass ball, a wild pitch. Certainly a base hit's going to win the game. Gabe Iverson steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 officially. He popped out, reached on an error, scored a run, stole a base, and then had a big at-bat with runners at first and second. He fouled off a couple of pitches, had a good at-bat, then got hit with a pitch to load up the bases. Here's a pitch from Heitkamp. The righty kicks and fires. Iverson takes a fastball in there for a strike with Tyler Grunwald on deck. We're tied at 4. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1 set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a grounder, chopped up the third base line. This is going to be a tough play. Gabe Iverson walks it off. Gabe Iverson walks it off, the senior. An RBI single up the line. Wow. Fisher comes across to score, and the ball game is over. What an exciting baseball game. Great game by Wahpeton. Great game by the Kindred Vikings. What a baseball game. Kindred Vikings will see another game on this field for these seniors. And how about the seniors in this inning? Carson Getty's not here. Sawyer Hess is hurt. Max Bernier gets the game-tying sacrifice fly. And Gabe Iverson walks off, infield single. That's all he needed. Fisher Johnson comes across the score. The Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 5-4. Tell you what the play of the game is going to be. We could probably tell you that right now. But let's take a quick break. Let's get some interviews. Let's get some things talked about. And we'll come back on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back here, folks. We're back here with your player of the game, connection to the game, and play of the game. So, to start it off with your precision play of the game, Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Your precision play of the game is going to go to Gabe Iverson with the walk-off single, walk-off swinging bunt. Whatever it was to get the job done, he did it. He had another great at-bat right before that in the 7th inning, hit by pitch to load up the bases. But a great hit to get the game-winning run in, and he gets the play of the game for that walk-off. With your connection to the game, HTC, discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. Your connection to the game is going to go to Max Bernier. Max Bernier had that big sacked fly. There's a little bit of controversy of what the rule technically was, and Max Bernier stepped up big. Runner at third, knew he had to put the ball in play, had a solid hit into the outfield, and it scored the runner to tie the game up in the bottom of the 8th. So congratulations, Max Bernier, on getting the connection of the game. Finally, your Enbridge player of the game is going to go to Tyler Grunwald. Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Tyler Grunwald with 7 2/3 innings pitched. Without that controversy, he would have gone that full 8 innings, as he would have gotten those first 2 outs in the 8th inning. But 7.2 innings, 108 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts at the plate. He went over through with a RBI, been hot at the plate, but main spotlight was his pitching today. 7.2 innings, holding Wahpeton to a low score, able to get the Vikings in position to win. So congratulations, Tyler Grunwald, on getting Enbridge player of the game. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds with interviews on 3 people here on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
All right, we're on, and we have our HTC connection of the game. It's Max Bernier. Max, you come up with a runner on third base in Jeremy Knight after Carter Grunwald did a nice job of sacrificing him over to third base. And you're playing a modified California rules, and you step up to the plate in a big situation, down by 1 run with a runner on third base and the 1 out. What were you thinking up there at the plate?
Oh, I was thinking get the ball over the infield, right? Because outfield was playing back to where they normally were, but infield's playing in. So I think if I can get it over their heads, that scores a run, and we're still in this game.
First pitch swinging, you take the ball and you hit it out to left field. You get the sacrifice fly, and the game is tied. So you're a connection of the game. How is that momentum, and how is that momentum for the Kindred Vikings tonight?
Oh, it's just huge momentum. We won our bracket last night in a close one. We could only give up 3 runs, and we did that, and we get to be here. We get to play today, so very thankful we get to play today. And then, we're hype. It's hot out. We're just trying to have as much fun as we can. And you could tell this morning, we were a little tired. We just played 4 games. This would be our 5th game in 3 days. So just being able to go to extras, we got a bunch of guys that dug out today, and we're just so fired up.
So fired up. You come back twice. You were down by 3-1 in that 7th inning. You got a walk, and you later came around to score to put you down by 1 run. And how about Gabe Iverson, your fellow senior? The seniors come up big in that last inning. Gabe had a big hit by pitch, which loaded the bases, and then you had scored a run in that inning already, and or after Gabe got hit by that pitch, and then you get that sacrifice fly in the 7th inning to tie it up, and then Gabe walks it off with an RBI single. What do you think of your fellow seniors baseball tonight?
Oh, we're missing Carson tonight, so that was a big thing for us. So it was just me and Gabe playing today for seniors. And so for Gabe to come up big in moments, and then for me to come up big in moments, it's a special night, one of our last home games here ever, so it's just a really special day here.
And we were up in the booth here with Eric Iverson. I gave him a big hug after the game after Gabe got that RBI single. And Eric and I have been coaching you and Gabe since you were 6-7 years old, and it's been a lot of fun to watch you guys grow, and potentially could have been your last game on this field as seniors, but you'll get another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Just be able to play another game on this field, in dramatic fashion. It's a fun time.
Well, congratulations to the HTC connection of the game. Big win for the Vikings. They'll play for Castleton. Well, they'll play Castleton for the championship of this 2026 Essentia Health Championship. We'll come back with another interview after this. Congratulations to Max Bernier. You're listening and watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
And Mason walked you through it earlier, the precision play of the game by Agassiz Precision Ag. It goes to Gabe Iverson, a big walk-off single. You didn't hit it out of the ballpark, Gabe, but you got enough of it to get that run in. You placed it in a perfect spot. What were you thinking when you came up to the plate in that bottom of the 8th inning to walk it off?
I was pretty excited. I had a chance there in the 7th. I had runners on 2nd and 3rd, and I had 2 strikes, and I thought I had him timed up, and then I got hit by a pitch there. So then I got up there a second time, having another chance to walk it off, and I was really excited, maybe a little too excited. got a swing on it and kind of rolled over a little bit, and I was just like hustled out because third baseman was pretty far back. So and then I got a single off it and won. So it was pretty nice.
You hustled it out, a good charging performance by the third baseman, but you just put it in the right spot, and you have some good speed, and you beat it out down the first base line, walked it off, scored that run. That was the Precision Ag play of the game. Let's talk about that at-bat. You came up with runners at first and second. That was in the 7th inning, and you were down by 2 at the time, and you had an 0-2 count. You fouled off a couple of tight pitches, and you fouled them off over the screen, and then you eventually got hit by the pitch. Walk us through that at-bat. You were just trying to get on base, from what I gathered.
Yeah, I got a pitch kind of down the middle, a little inside, and I was going to swing, but I just took it right away. And then I got another one, I think, fouled it off, and then I fouled off 2 more. And then I thought I was going to get another fastball because he wasn't throwing any curveballs. Thought I was going to hit it hard, and then he hit me, so I was kind of mad. I wanted to try and get a line drive on it, but he hit me, so I was pretty mad. But
that was a huge plate appearance because the next batter, Tyler Grunwald, hit a ground ball that scored Max Bernier, and then later Jackson Schliemann got a tying walk with the bases loaded. He walked and tied this ball game on 3. We saw some extra innings, and you go to the bottom of the 8th, and you walk it off with that RBI single. Precision Ag play of the game goes to Gabe Iverson. Congratulations. Hey, what do you think of your fellow seniors? How long have you been playing with these guys?
For a long time now. We're like brothers out there. It's been a lot of fun, and this last game here on this field will be really fun, and hopefully we can go catch a win.
It just seems like yesterday I was coaching you in Pee-wees and T-ball and all the things, and it's been fun watching you, so thank you very much for
It's been fun. Thanks for everything, yeah.
Thanks for all the time out there on the field and all your hard work. You're a good baseball player.
Thank you.
We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hey, here we're with Tyler Grunwald, the Enbridge player of the game. Tyler Grunwald, hey, you didn't pick up the win, but you pitched 7 2/3. You certainly deserve to win. You pitched 7 2/3 innings. You only allow 4 runs, only 2 earned. You walked 4, strike out 4. How was your performance out on the mound? How are you feeling out there?
I felt pretty good. I just thought to myself, just don't let the guys hit the ball hard and let my defense work.
So you don't get the win. Jackson Schliemann comes in, gets an out, and we walk it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. He gets the win, but you deserve the win. You pitched that 7 2/3 innings of work. You play the California rules, a little bit of controversy out there.
That was weird. The California rule guy in second, then 0 outs.
Yeah, normally the California rules is 1 out, runner on second, but it didn't seem to phase you. They get the sacrifice bunt. They get another suicide squeeze. What was Coach talking to you about that suicide squeeze attempts? Because Wahpeton was successful 3 times.
If he squares for the suicide squeeze, throw it up and out, and I didn't really do that. I think I threw it right down the middle.
Well, they got the run in, but it didn't matter. Your seniors come through for you in the bottom of the 8th inning, and you walk away winning this ball game. What do you think of your seniors' performances tonight?
Oh, they did an amazing job today.
Excuse me, I'm choking up a little bit. But Tyler Grunwald is our Enbridge player of the game. At the plate, you were 0 for 3, but you drove in a very important run to cut the lead to 1. And what were you thinking in that at-bat?
I just thought, just put the ball in play, hit it hard, and get the guy to score from third.
Okay. Well, any shout-outs you want to do, Tyler?
Brody Malk.
Brody Malk?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all.
You're going to have to explain that.
I don't know. I just saw him yesterday.
You saw him yesterday and wanted to shout out Brody Malk? Well, Brody Malk, congratulations again, Tyler Grunwald, our Enbridge player of the game. Great pitching performance and a much-needed chewing up of innings, 7 2/3. You see some extra innings, and you come out, and your team gets the win for you. Great performance by Tyler, and Carter Grunwald had a nice game as well, a couple of nice bunts, and the Grunwald family shows up at this ball game, and the Kindred Vikings walk away with a win. Congratulations. We'll be back with game 2 for the day as the Kindred Vikings will take on Castleton on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back here. One last final check-in here. Wahpeton had a good start to the game, started out with a lead, 2-0 lead. Kindred started chipping away, ended up tying it in the bottom of the 7th, tied at 3-3. Wahpeton got 1 in the top of the 8th to make it 4-3, and then Kindred Vikings scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th to win it. You just heard the connection of the game, play of the game, and player of the game. Good games by all 3 of them. Like we said, the seniors played really good for Kindred. One other shout out we would like to do is Riley Jones had a great game. He had 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs given up, only 1 earned, walked 2 and struck out 5. Riley Jones had a great game out there. Looked like he got a little tweaked something, maybe a little sore muscle, so he had to come out a little early, but he threw a great game out there. Kindred Vikings ended up capitalizing once he came out and came through with the win. So congratulations, Kindred, on the win. The championship will be underway in about 15 minutes probably, and we will see you back here on yourliveevent.com pretty shortly.